So as you'll see in just a moment, tonight we do the candle lighting a little bit different. There are customs throughout the Jewish world of not just lighting 2 Shabbat candles, but extra Shabbat candles. In my family, for example, we light the 2 traditional candles, but we also light 3 extra ones every Friday night, one representing each of our children. At Beth Yeshurun this week, we decided to do something a little bit different, to light 1 extra Shabbat candle in memory of George Floyd and all the victims of racism. A reminder to us as Jews that, yes, we rest on Shabbat, but then when Shabbat's over, we get to work. And we work even more to do what we can, to educate ourselves, to learn more about the race problems that are still part of America, and to pledge to ourselves to fight racism wherever we can. So tonight at Beth Yeshurun, we light 3 Shabbat candles. And I encourage you at home to light that extra Shabbat candle this evening. We now rise for the blessings, for the candles for Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר וציוונו להדליק נר וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
You may be seated. And now we open up our prayer book. If you have a copy of Lev Shalom at home, terrific, and you can turn to page 5. And if not, that's okay. You can click on our website right underneath the stream spot that you're watching us on from our website. Or if you're not, you can go to our website, and there you could see the prayer book excerpts. Tonight, we, of course, pray from the Lev Shalom Sidor. We turn to page 5, Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem LeShalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni l'shalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech Malachi Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech Malachi Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We now turn to the middle of page 14, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel Haaretz.
Yismechu Hashamayim, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים, לא, ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים, לא, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים, לא, ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים, לא.
And now we continue page 23 as we welcome the Sabbath Queen for this Shabbat, Laka Dodi Likrat Kala.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי rise, לקראת כלה, face the door, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
And you may be seated. We now give thanks to the Lord for this Shabbat, Tov Lehadot Ladonai, the top of page 27.
טוב, טוב, טוב להודות, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר, ולזמר, ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב, טוב, טוב להודות, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר, ולזמר, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, באמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בחינות. טוב, טוב, טוב להודות, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר, ולזמר, ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב, טוב, טוב להודות, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר, ולזמר, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב, טוב להודות, טוב להודות לאדוני,
We recall those at this time whose hearts are heavy with grief, whether you're in our congregational family or you're someone in the world who's suffering with the hurt and the pain of knowing that someone you love, that those you love are no longer physically here. And to you we say, may God comfort you along with all the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. If you are observing a yard site or if you're currently in mourning, I invite you to rise, turn to page 30 for the Kaddish Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirotei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei kudesha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata da'amiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imrumav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. And may all of our loved ones' memories be for a blessing. I invite you all to rise now to turn to page 39 for the formal start to our evening service, the Barchu.
Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated as we turn to page 40, Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael, Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limata Al ken Adonai Eloheinu B'shachveinu v'v'komeinu Nasiach b'churkecha Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limata ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגן יומם ולילה באהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
We continue silently with the paragraphs on page 42.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
When the Israelites arrived at the sea, they were free after hundreds of years of slavery. We can imagine what that felt like, but there was still so much desert to go through, so much struggle still to be had, and yet they still sang, and they sang Mi Chamocha. So we're going to sing that too, a song of hope and a song of joy and a song of freedom. Page 44, Mi Chamocha.
כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש נורא נורא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש נורא נורא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה. זה לי ענו ואמרו מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה. זה לי ענו ואמרו מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש נורא נורא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש נורא נורא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש נורא נורא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, עושה פלא, עושה פלא.
Haser me'aleinu, remove from us, God, remove from this world all enemies, all pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove all the evil forces that surround your people. Hashkivenu, page 45.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. ושמור את צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ושלום מעתה ועד עולם ועד עולם. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים.
Now we continue on the top of page 46, V'shamru b'nei Yisrael.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא יבלע חינותי וימליך מלכותי, בחיי כל ויום איכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, ושבחתה ונחמתה, אמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן, ואמרו אמן, ואמרו אמן, ואמרו אמן.
The silent Amidah, page 47 through page 52.
Turn to page 51 and join together in Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam, Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Ki Ata Hu Melech Adon L'chol HaShalom Ki Ata Hu Melech Adon L'chol HaShalom Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam B'tov be'einecha levarech Et Amcha Yisrael B'chol eit u'b'chol sha'a Bishlomecha Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Baruch Atah Adonai Hamevarech Et Amo Yisrael Bashalom. And at home, put your arms around each other and join with us here as we all sing Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom, Oseh Shalom bimromav, Hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu, Shalom aleinu, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru Amen. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru Amen. Hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh Shalom, Oseh Shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu, Shalom aleinu, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru Amen. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru Amen. Amen. Amen.
Tonight in our prayers, let us not forget those who are ill at this time, as we offer the Misha Barak prayer, our traditional prayer of healing, sung to the tune written by Debbie Friedman and now sung by our cantor.
Misha Beirach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing for us and all of those we love. Misha Beirach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
God, please bring healing to all those we know who are ill at this time. In Let us say amen. You may be seated. We can now continue with the Kaddish Shalem, page 54.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועל לחידותי, ועל מלכותי, בחייכון ובחייכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, הגלה בזמן קריב, ויאמרו אמן, יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעולם ולעולמי עלמיא. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהלל ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי לקודשה. לעילם כל אחד ושירתה, ושפחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. תתקבל צלותנו וברחותנו לכל ישראל, קודם מבואני בשמיה, ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו על כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו.
Good Shabbos, everyone. More than ever, I wish we could all be here together. We all need each other's company at this time. And I know one day soon we'll again be together as a congregational family here in our building. But tonight, as so many of us watch from home, I think we would all agree that without question, 2020 has not been the year any of us wanted it to be. We've seen a global pandemic, economic distress, and now racial tension. And it's only June. The senseless killing of George Floyd and the ensuing protests have gripped our nation. We're experiencing widespread outrage, anger, sadness, and reflection here in Houston and across the United States. Words cannot adequately describe the strong emotions that arise from George Floyd's senseless death. We feel for those who are in pain and are acutely aware that we must continue our struggle for meaningful and enduring change to overcome acts of racism and violence that too often corrode our communities. But until we are together again, what can we as concerned Americans, as Jews, do to help? We may be aware of the famous verse from our Torah, Tzedek, Tzedek, Tirdof, justice, justice shall you pursue. But what none of us know is, why is tzedek repeated in the phrase, tzedek, tzedek, tirdof? Would it not have been sufficient for the Torah to declare, tzedek, tirdof, justice you shall pursue? Why the repeat of the word justice? For centuries, our rabbis have sought an answer. I love one possible reason. The Torah repeats the term to convey the idea that the pursuit of justice is not only the responsibility of our elected officials, our courts, and our police, but it is also the responsibility of every single individual. It is also our responsibility. As we're taught in the name of Rabbi Chia, a 4th century scholar, quote, if a person is neither a scholar nor a teacher, nor known for observing all the ritual commandments, but stands up to protest against evil, such a person is considered a blessing. God knows we need more of us to be those blessings now more than ever. But yes, I must admit to a sense of despair, of fatigue, as I witness the political climate of our country. I resonate these days with the line of Lily Tomlin, who said, no matter how cynical you become, it's never enough to keep up. We can be tempted to throw up our arms, turn away, and ask, what can I do that will really make any difference? My friends, our Jewish tradition takes hold of us and loudly declares, you cannot walk away. God commands us to pursue justice, even if the attainment of justice seems so remote. Don't give up, our ancestors call out to us. Your actions, no matter how small they may seem, can make a difference. Before I give some suggestions on steps I believe you can take. I want to address some possible excuses. 2 excuses I'm not even sure we realize we use to justify to ourselves to just move on with our lives and not do anything to help. Number 1, we may be tempted to think, I'm not black. What happens to them doesn't affect me. Why should I care? Yes, it may be convenient to think such things. We have enough on our own plates, especially right now. But let us not forget that many non-Jews in 1930s Germany thought the same. Too many said, I'm not Jewish, so they turned away. Our recent history demands that we as Jews speak out against racism when we see it, whether it originates from elected officials, from neighbors, from friends, and from the police. Martin Luther King Jr. said it best, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Or as Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel reminded us, morally speaking, there is no limit to the concern one must feel for the suffering of human beings, that indifference to evil is worse than evil itself, that in a free society, some are guilty, but all are responsible. What happened to fellow Americans like George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, Eric Garner, Philando Castile, and so many more? What happened to them, it does affect you and me. When police officers murder them, they also destroy a part of us. Our fundamental Jewish belief is that all life is precious. This idea started to change the world when God chose our people over 3,000 years ago. Good people everywhere continue to champion the ideal that all life has value, no matter one's religion, no matter one's sexual orientation, no matter the color of one's skin. But when someone hurts another human being because they don't see them as an equal, they devalue life. They bring us all a step closer to a time when we no longer see the humanity in others. Rather, we only see the differences that divide us. They bring us to a place none of us wants to go. Will we help bring our society to a better place? Or will we walk away, uninterested, because we think the killing of an innocent man in Minnesota has nothing to do with our own lives? The choice is clear. Will we stand up, or we will just walk away? Rabbi Joachim Prince once said, the most urgent, the most disgraceful, the most shameful, and the most tragic problem is silence. Yes, I know we won't solve the centuries-old societal injustice and conflict today or this week. We, as the extended Jewish community, we ourselves will not bring peace to Houston or the nation. But as my friend Rabbi Adam Kligfeld commented this week, we also cannot refrain from our duty to do the right and the good, to listen to others' pain, and to call out injustice when it is obvious. We cannot stand idly by and wait for others to do tikkun, the sacred role of fixing what is broken. Number 2, a second excuse I've heard before and I heard again this week. The awful looting and destruction we have seen over the past week just demonstrates that to keep law and order, police are justified when they cross the line. My friends, that's not how a Jew should think. Yes, there are many, many good police officers out there. I believe an overwhelming majority of police officers are good. They deserve more pay, more benefits, and more gratitude from all of us. We cannot forget just how difficult their job is. They risk their lives every day for you and me. But when they cross the line, by killing or injuring a fellow citizen, another human being, because they see them as different, then they're no longer worthy of being a policeman or policewoman. They are a criminal, and we must call for justice. And yes, there are dangerous extremists on the extreme left and on the extreme right who have hijacked a just cause to riot, to stir civil unrest. They have destroyed businesses, attacked innocents, and vandalized monuments, churches, and synagogues. As rioters threatened his Seattle neighborhood this past Monday night, my best childhood friend was afraid to leave his family's home. They stayed up all night praying rioters would not target their street. Thank God in the end, they did not come to his neighborhood, but they did destroy other areas of Seattle and in many other cities across our country, hurting many innocent shop owners and policemen. Of course, none of that is acceptable. We should condemn all of it. Rioting and looting is never justified. And tonight we also pray for all those who've been affected by the rioting and looting and the injured policemen and women out there. But the violence is not the work of those who are trying to peacefully and rightfully protest against the malicious persistence of racism in American society. The rioting, unfortunately, is undermining and overtaking a very worthy cause. Instead of talking about police violence, we're talking more and more about the violence that makes for dramatic media images. That's not justice. And I know the national media doesn't help. They focus in on rioters in New York and Los Angeles, in Washington, D.C., not on the 60,000 Houstonians who held an incredibly peaceful march here in Houston on Tuesday. Therefore, let us not forget, there is a world of difference between those who are rioting and those who are peacefully protesting. If we make the mistake of conflating the two as an excuse not to press for real change in our society, then we're not acting as Jews should. We're just part of the problem, not the solution. At a memorial for George Floyd, his brother Terrence articulated the family's hopes for peaceful protests. He led the crowd through a series of chants, including peace on the left, justice on the right, to say the two, peace and justice, must go hand in hand. He then summed it up well. He said, if I'm not over here blowing up stuff, if I'm not over here messing up my community, then what are y'all doing? Nothing, because that's not going to bring my brother back at all. So let's do this another way. Can we help him and so many other good people in our country in the peaceful way to make real change, positive change? Here are some steps we can take. We can volunteer or donate to anti-white supremacy organizations that, of course, not only target Black Americans, but they hate you and me just as much. And can we volunteer and donate to these organizations like NAACP, the Southern Poverty Law Center, United Negro College Fund, Black Youth Project 100, or of course the ADL? 2, Google whether your city or town currently employs evidence-based police de-escalation and racial bias training. 3, Google whether your local police department currently outfits all on-duty police officers with a body-worn camera and requires that body-worn camera be turned on immediately when officers respond to a police call. If they don't, write to your city or town government and policy chief and police chief to advocate for those steps. Another thing we can do, don't just post nice things on social media about fighting racism, but sign petitions, organize anti-racist campaigns, and donation drives for worthy organizations that can help fight racism. Commit to actively participate in peaceful protest. That's a right all of us as Americans have. On our Beth Yeshurun website, we have posted many resources for you to check out. Resources of books, podcasts, articles you can use to educate yourself and your children on what you can do to be part of the solution. I love one that we posted. It's this wonderful resource that gives you steps you can take every day, just 10 minutes a day, to watch, to read, to listen, and to take actions. And by doing so, over the course of this month, over the course of June, you can learn how to be an active ally of the Black community. One more step I'm taking. Last night, I started reading the book, White Fragility: Why It's So Hard for White People to Talk About Racism, written by Robin J. DiAngelo. It's the New York Times best-selling book exploring the counterproductive reactions white people have when their assumptions about race are challenged, and how these reactions maintain racial inequality. I, too, have a lot to learn. At Beth Yeshurun, we'll also explore ways we can make a difference together as a community. With this great context in the Black community, Rabbi Morgan is working on upcoming discussions and dialogues with Black leaders in our city. Stay tuned for more information. In the coming months, we'll continue to explore other ways we can do better. So tonight, I'm asking all of us to pledge ourselves to take actions to help rid our country of the centuries-old scourge that is racism. Now let us pray together. On your screens, you'll see a prayer written by one of my colleagues, Rabbi Lori Shapiro, and let us read that prayer together, you from your homes, and tonight here from our sanctuary. Oh God, may our tears remind us of our collective humanity. May our call for justice be reflected through our actions. May we pray not only through our feet, but through our hearts. May we see ourselves reflected in the eyes of the other. May we recognize that we are all children held by a numinous presence, one that is known through cycles of death and birth, destruction and renewal, transgression and forgiveness. And may America rebuild upon a new covenant, one cultivated in the soils of freedom and justice that take root and rise, blowing in winds of love. George Floyd, you did not die in vain. The 100,000, you are not forgotten. Our first responders, Godspeed. Our children, forgive us. With love, blessings of safety, and prayers for justice for all. Now let us join our cantor in a song that you've heard before, We Shall Overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid, so today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
Now let us rise for the Elenu, page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומשב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, ידעת יום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. We remember those, we call those in our congregational family, particularly this week, who are hurting with the pain of losing a loved one. We recall the families of Jewel Zimmerman, W. Kyle Drennan, Clara Cook, Gail Tulsa-Zubowski, Boris Weinstein, and Ira Arnold von Vollenhoven. If you are currently observing a yard site, or if you are in mourning, I invite you to rise to join me on page 58 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yortei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen, yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shmei d'kudusha, brichu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, da'amiram be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mrumav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. You may be seated.
So on a good note, we have several anniversaries to celebrate this evening. Most of our couples, of course, are watching from home. We have one couple that's with us here this evening. First, celebrating their 5th wedding anniversary, Talia Arbusser and Joel Gluskin. Talia and Joel, one of the best things that happened to you this past year was becoming substantially closer and learning to communicate better due to, of course, extended amounts of time together at home. And of course, before the coronavirus hit, you were able to take an extended trip to Vietnam and Cambodia. The time has allowed you to work together to become a stronger couple, which I know you greatly appreciate, and we all, of course, all love to see. Happy 5th wedding anniversary. Celebrating their 21st wedding anniversary, Barbara and Steve Levine. You're really grateful that despite some heart attacks and car wrecks, thank God you're still here. And God must really want you here, and that's spectacular. Happy 21st wedding anniversary. Celebrating their 30th wedding anniversary, Mindy's and Miles Wertheimer. And one good thing that happened is that your daughter, Holly Wertheimer, got engaged to Matthew Abrams and will be getting married in November. They both live in Chicago, and your younger daughter, Jacqueline, graduated last year from USC and works for a comedy agent in Los Angeles. I look forward to the wedding of your daughter to Matthew later this year. Mazel tov on your 30th wedding anniversary. And speaking of Matthew, it's an honor to wish their parents that are here this evening with us, Sydney and Jeff, on their 40th wedding anniversary. And your special moment, of course, is the engagement of Matt to Holly, and that you're, God willing, will become grandparents next month. I look forward to seeing that. It's hard to believe you're going to be grandparents. We're very, very happy for you. Only good things in the year ahead. And happy 40th wedding anniversary. Mazel tov. And your sister, Sydney, Marcia, and her husband, Arnie Abramson, are celebrating this evening their 46th wedding anniversary. In the past year, they gained a new daughter-in-law and welcomed a 10th grandchild. Also, Arnie, you retired after many years in the furniture business, and you were just starting to figure out retirement when the pandemic hit. You look forward to eventually traveling again, especially to see your children and grandchildren in Chicago and Los Angeles. Happy 46th wedding anniversary. Celebrating their 54th wedding anniversary, Ricky and Milton Frankfurt. This past year, you had the blessing of seeing your 7th grandchild born. You're thankful to have all of them in Houston and to be part of your lives. Only blessings in the years ahead, Ricky and Milton. Happy 54th wedding anniversary. And celebrating their 59th wedding anniversary, Martin and Michelle Greenberg. 2019 was a new point in your lives as you became great-grandparents for the very first time. You found a new respect for each other during this pandemic and a stronger love for each other and family. It's wonderful to hear, and may that love you have for each other and your family continue to carry you to many simchas and many blessings for many years to come. Happy 59th wedding anniversary. And we have a very special golden anniversary this evening, a 50th wedding anniversary, Alan and Diane Sofer. Alan and Diane, I know I can't have you here this evening up on the bima, but I do want to make a few comments on this special anniversary. You were married here at Beth Yeshurun by Rabbi William Malev and Cantor George Wagner 50 years ago, so I know how much it means to have you blessed from the bima this evening here at Beth Yeshurun, and what a special place Beth Yeshurun has always played in your family's lives. You're blessed with 2 children, Carrie Lynn, who's married to Scott, David, who's married to Kathleen. You have 2 grandsons, one who's 10, Braden, and Tristan, who is 7.5. And we asked you, what's the secret to long-term success in marriage? You said, in short, you think the most important things are compromise, patience, and belief in your wedding vows. And the idea is to find ways to stay together when the going is tough and never to walk away. You've been looking forward to celebrating this anniversary for many, many years, and you feel blessed and grateful for everything you've experienced professionally and personally in overcoming many challenges. And your commitment and loyalty to each other has never wavered and only been strengthened. You were set up many years ago on a blind date after you'd each ended a previous relationship. And Alan, you were so taken with Diane that you proposed to her that night, the first night you went on a date. She said it was a little too early, and she never dated anyone else, and you were right. And 50 years later, we have a lot to celebrate. Happy 50th wedding anniversary, and we all look forward to seeing you soon. Mazel tov. Wanted to share just a few announcements with you. We have so many wonderful programs and events going on virtually, online. Bex Rosenblatt is our conservative yeshiva faculty in residence, and she has one program coming up this week entitled continuing her Wednesday lunch series, Is God Listening? At noon this Wednesday, we had dozens of people there this past Wednesday. I know they enjoyed it. She'll explore other ways and prayers in which we can reach God and ask and to explore the internal question, is God really listening to our prayers? That's this Wednesday at noon. We're partnering with our Jewish Family Service. I know we all need a little self-care right now. So partnering with them this Wednesday at 8 p.m., Gidel Francis will join us to give tools to build robust self-care during these tough times. The Emergency Aid Coalition is wrapping up its men's khaki pants donation efforts this upcoming Thursday, June 11th. You can drop off khaki pants, but really any men's clothing is accepted, new socks also, to help those in our community who need a little more now during this time. You can drop those off at Evelyn's Park or at the Roger Martin Properties in Westview. Next Friday, the Cantor will continue his Show and Tell series. He'll give insights on 2 special scrolls, the Torah and the Mezuzah. I'll continue my Thursday lunch program this Thursday at noon. Next Friday, we have our annual Ken Care Shabbat. And just a reminder to all of you who may be in need financially, the Hebrew Free Loan Association is there for you to help. They offer interest-free loans for any member of the Jewish community. Just go to the Hebrew Free Loan website for more information. Again, just a reminder, we have started up our weeknight minyan here in the Greenfield Chapel. If you need to say you're at site or you have you're in mourning and you're not considered part of the vulnerable population, we'd love to have you here. And that's every weeknight at 7 p.m. Just contact Rabbi Danny Horowitz or David Stein or go register on our website. If you can't be here, it's 7:30 p.m., then watch virtually and participate as we give you an opportunity to say the mourner's Kaddish for your loved one. And again, continue to please watch us virtually tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. and throughout the week. And with that, we're ready to bring our service to a close. First, I'd like to bless all of our children, our grandchildren that may be watching us this evening. For our sons, we say, Yesimcha Elohim ke'Ephraim ve'ke'Menashe. May God bless you like Ephraim and Menashe, and all the wonderful sons of our tradition. And let us say, Amen. And for our daughters, we say, Yesimach Elohim ke'Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah. May God bless you like Sarah, Becca, Rachel, and Leah, and all the wonderful daughters of the Jewish tradition. And for all of our children, may God continue to bless all of them with shalom. And let us say, Amen. We now ask everyone to please rise for the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu, b'shabbat kodsho b'yahava u'b'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh bereshit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, ki banu v'acharta אותנו קידשת מכל העמים ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom.